May 1945, Nazi Germany had fallen. Millions of German soldiers surrendered, but their war wasn't over. Their fate? Starvation, forced labor, exile, and silence. For many, surrender was just the beginning of another nightmare. The guns went quiet, but chaos followed. Allied powers, America, Britain, France, and the Soviet Union, suddenly held millions of German prisoners. What to do with them? Some were shown mercy. Others faced years of brutal captivity. Stay with me because the hidden story of these soldiers is darker, stranger, and more tragic than history books admit. In the West, American and British forces captured millions. Huge camps, sometimes open fields fenced with barbed wire, were set up in Germany and France. Conditions were rough. Soldiers slept under the sky, exposed to rain and cold. Food was scarce, medical care limited. Thousands died of hunger and disease. Yet compared to the East, they were considered lucky, because at least in time they would go home. But soldiers captured by the Soviets faced a far harsher fate. Millions were marched east across frozen landscapes. Many collapsed from exhaustion and were left to die on the roadside. Survivors reached the infamous Soviet gulags, forced labor camps in Siberia and beyond. Here, German soldiers dug coal, cut timber, and built roads in brutal winters. Starvation, disease, and frostbite killed countless men. Families in Germany waited years. Many never saw their sons or husbands again. Not all prisoners were sent to Siberia. Across Europe, captured German soldiers were forced to rebuild what their armies had destroyed. They cleared rubble, repaired railways, and rebuilt bridges. Imagine the irony. Men who once invaded foreign lands were now slaves in them, brick by brick rebuilding the cities they had bombed. Some prisoners spent not months, but years in captivity. For the Soviets, German soldiers were both laborers and symbols of revenge. The last German POWs in Russia didn't return until the mid-1950s, 10 years after the war ended. By then, some were too broken to recognize their own families. Others never came back at all. Those who survived captivity returned to a changed Germany. Cities were in ruins. Families had moved on. Instead of being welcomed as heroes, they were often met with silence or even suspicion. For many Germans, soldiers were a reminder of defeat and shame. They carried invisible wounds, nightmares, trauma, guilt. Their war had ended on paper, but inside it never really did. So, what happened to German soldiers after WW2? They became ghosts of a lost war, trapped in camps, broken by labor, silenced at home.